Cyber briefing for Monday, the 29th of April. I'm Stephen Ritchroy. Palo Alto have updated remediation for the critical firewall bugs that we were talking about recently. So, specifically CVE 2024-3400, which has a CVSS score of 10 out of 10. Allows unauthenticated attackers to execute arbitrary code with root privileges on the firewall device. The article points out that PanOS hotfixes do address the vulnerability. They are saying a factory reset is not required, and that there is no indication of this being used for exfiltration of files and so on and so forth. What I would say, just to counter that, is if a device has been compromised, my opinion is that you shouldn't trust that device afterwards. I mean, yes, you could go to a great deal of trouble to be absolutely certain that there is nothing lurking, or that there is nothing that has been compromised, or whatever. It's in integrity, so on and so forth. I mean, just any device, if once it's been compromised, is better to be rebuilt. And by the way, when you're rebuilding them, build them offline and fix whatever it was that was used to compromise the device before you bring it back online, because a number of times over the years I've seen companies recovering from various sorts of attack to have their recovered devices being attacked again as fast as they were bringing them back online. So watch out. So I'm not in complete agreement that if you have had a compromised PanOS device, that you should fix it, patch it, and then carry on using it. I would recommend that even if you can't find any indicators of anything having been left lurking or been manipulated, compromised, whatever it may be on there, just a rebuild is probably the thing to do. It certainly is the easiest way to get and the quickest way, I would suspect, to get confidence that everything is okay with the device. So last week we spoke briefly about the spy.pet site on Discord that has been snooping on millions of users. Well, a little bit of good news. Discord has taken down that particular site. So there is further information available about this now, and it does appear that the information that was being scraped, to the best of their knowledge, is public information, although scraping information and as what they call self-botting is violation, or they are violations of the terms of service and community guidelines. So Discord themselves have banned the relevant accounts and are considering legal action, which is, I think, is a step in the right direction. Basically, perhaps a good thing. However, do bear in mind it does mean that there's an awful lot of information which you may not have deliberately thought, deterministically assumed might become public, that is potentially public, so usual mitigations for data loss might be required. So Google, good on them, have been working quite hard on post-quantum cryptography. However, as would be expected in such a fundamental change, there will be some teething problems, and it looks like there is potentially one at the moment. Some Chrome users are reporting issues connecting to websites and servers and so on using Chrome 124 because it looks like the quantum resistant algorithm quantum resistant encapsulation mechanism has got some compatibility problems. So the one they're talking about, it's actually referred to by the wonderful name of X25519 Kyber with a K 768. It's enabled by default, and it was introduced to provide quantum resistant key agreement algorithm for TLS 1.3 and for quick QUIC connections to protect Chrome's TLS traffic against quantum cryptanalysis. Very interesting. If you are finding, if you have, so don't give up on this. Firstly, Google will fix it. It is not surprising that when introducing such a significant change such a significantly different algorithm, it is unsurprising that there will be some challenges in the space. I mean, any of you who've been in this game as long as I have seen this game going on with various algorithms many times over the years. We just got to a long period of stability where incremental improvements to existing algorithms were the way forward rather than really big changes. I think the last really big change was probably the move from DES to AES. Feel free to disagree with me. There have been other changes, but I would say they were more minor. Backwards compatibility also has been the way. So generally browsers, in fact pretty much anything in encryption, has been configured by default to negotiate down to what tends to be actually even some really quite old and not particularly cryptanalysis resilient algorithms in the past. Well, it looks like we're going to go through this again. So you can, it explains in the article, as always, a very good article from Bleeping Computer. It does explain what you can do to turn off the Kyber 768 key algorithm, which you may need to do if you have specific requirements. But keep an eye on this and definitely don't leave it in that state. Once things are moving forward, I would suggest that you re-enable it and we all become used to this stuff. And then finally from me, Okta has pushed out a warning, which I picked up via the Security Affairs website, that there are unprecedented amounts of credential stuffing going on at the moment. So certainly from mid-March till mid-April, there has been an absolutely staggering amounts of credential stuffing being attempted against all sorts of things. And we've mentioned them before, but Cisco's Secure Firewall VPN, Checkpoint VPN, Fortinet VPN, SonicWall VPNs, R&D Web Services, Mictronics, Draytech, Ubiquiti, and the list goes on. So it's off the back of the fact that there have been some significant data dumps of potential user credentials recently. The targets tend to be VPN services, web applications, interfaces, and SSH servers. So be warned, this is going on. And as I said many times before, a good starting point to reduce The risk is to ensure you have 2FA, MFA, some form of multi-factor authentication on any authentication interface which is made available on the internet. Well, on time today. That is enough from me for today. Hope you have a good start to the